All right, race fans, welcome to TurnLeft TV. Be ready for some high-speed action tonight. Step on the gas. All right, race fans, parlez-vous français? Welcome to Dijon-Prenois. This is TurnLeft TV, and I'm your host, Heath Johnson. The High Octane Racing League special event. The brand new BMW M4 Class 1 DTM car. That was and nevermore. 50-minute race here from Dijon-Prenois. Great track here. A little bit of a special event since the GT3 class or GT3 series is off this week. This is going to be a fun one, man. Tough track and fun cars, man. Hang on. Well, a special event from High Octane Racing League, Dijon-Prenois in the BMW, the official content from Studio 397. All right, hey, thank you so much for coming in here to TurnLeft TV. Right now, these guys are doing a little driver's meeting after qualifications. And again, tonight is the BMW Challenge, we're calling this. And again, it's those brand new cars that Studio 397 released. Just a little history about these cars. DTM did not, they changed the rules after BMW had developed this car for the series. And they weren't allowed to use the car. They weren't permitted to use the car. So as I understand it, Studio 397, BMW collaborated there a little bit. And BMW gave them the information. So they manufactured this virtual car and free content for the Studio 397 or rFactor 2 owners. How about this, man?
A lot of soul.
So we've got about 2 minutes left of the qualification session, and we'll look at the results. We'll take a look at the track here at Dijon-Prenois. Get us a little bit better so we can see the logo somewhat. Man, that was a little bit of a rush job for me. Located in Prenois, France, 3.8 kilometers in length, 2.362 miles, 12 turns. The track surface is asphalt, and this thing is a little tough here, man. Definitely a little tough here. So I got to hang on to the thing. The car's a little slick. These guys are going to have to do a mandatory pit stop, and the DRS zone is down the front stretch. Mandatory pit stop and change 4 tires. I raced this track actually in the AVV Alta Velocidad Virtual League, and it was raining the whole time, so it was a very challenging track, but it was a lot of fun. Let's take a look at the Qualification results: Lucas Sinford qualifies in P1, Colin Madiak second, Michael Brooks third, Antti Rossi fourth. Qualifying in the fifth position is Dennis Vandeven. Claudio Bardelli Jr. starts sixth, Will Dunbar will start seventh, and Christian Wilson will start in eighth position.
What? That is insane. What?
I'm sorry. What LeadHostingUSA.com is our host for tonight's race. Perfect for rFactor 2. 3 self-managed packages available for you to choose from. That's LeadHostingUSA.com. got about 4 minutes left in the warm-up session. So we got a little funkiness going on over with the overlay there. Well, we'll take a look at the keys to the race here as we're trying to correct a few things there. Sorry about that. On the fly. Keys to today's race, as I see them. Race the track, man. This thing can just reach out and bite you. Use a little throttle control there. Be smart. Make sure that car's pointed in the straightaway or straight before you step on the gas. Use that DRS. On the front stretch, you're definitely going to need that, and stay between the lines, man. You do not want to get off the track here. It is a little rough, so make sure you stay between the lines, just as we're seeing right there. A little tough there for Colin Madiak. Definitely going to be one of those guys I think is a favorite to win the race here today. So those are the keys to the race as I see them. All right, boys and girls, this is Dijon-Prenois. A little special event. Free of charge for my homeboys. And 50-minute race here tonight. Should be a lot of fun. As we are kicking it over to race, I believe.
Non-essential personnel leave the grid now.
All right, standing start here. Starting order, Lucas Simpsoner starts in P1, Kalamadiak second, Michael Brooks third, Antti Rossi fourth. Here we go. Dennis Vandeman fifth, Claudio Bardelli sixth, Will Dunbar seventh, and Christian Wilson starts in the 8th position. Into turn 1. See Lucas Simpsoner out to the lead there. Kalamadiak hounded him up over those young guns, man. We've seen them, a huge rivalry between them in the stock car series. So Lucas set up, man, here today. Look at a Claudio Bardelli Jr. as we come down that front stretch with the DRS zone. They got to do a couple laps here before DRS is enabled. Antti Rossi bringing in the custom paint scheme here right now, running in the 4th position. Michael Brooks just ahead of him, Dennis Vandeman just behind. And a pass for the race lead, I believe. So go back and look at this pass here. This is Kalamadiak. Simpsoner gets off track and Madiak takes advantage and pounces. Lucas not going to stand for that. He's going to try to get that spot back. Got to be on your game here. These cars are a little tough to handle. So Kalamadiak to the race lead. Lucas Simpsoner in second. Michael Brooks third. Antti Rossi is fourth. Dennis Vandeman running in the 5th position. Take a look at Dennis Vandeman running in P5. On board here with him. He's following Antti Rossi. Claudio Bardelli Jr. running in the 6th position. So Bardelli Jr. running in P6. That's almost 5.5 seconds back to the race leader. Get back and looking at Antti Rossi running in P4. And I got to think in the long haul, Antti is going to be one of those guys, really, you start thinking about guys who are favored to win this race. And I think Antti Rossi is definitely one of those guys to talk about here. This guy could just flat out drive anything. A little bit of a risk taker, but does a great job. One of those Sim Racing Mania drivers. A lot of experience in the road courses. Kalamadiak, man, you cannot get someone who is more of a fan of racing than Colin is. 16-year-old driver from Ohio. And this guy just absolutely loves racing. A great job, whether he's racing GT3, Indy cars, stock cars, and now looking out here at the DTM cars as well. Lucas Simpsoner now has a battle there with Michael Brooks. Michael Brooks on the inside. Lucas Simpsoner going to lose another position. Now to the front of his machine at Michael Brooks. So Michael Brooks taking over P2. Luca now back to the 3rd position. Take a look at that that pass there. It's Michael Brooks along the inside there in the turn. Not a lot of fight there, but from Luca on that one. But Luca's probably thinking, hey, man, I'll be able to get that back here. Just be patient. So Michael Brooks now taking over P2. Good tight battle here. Matiak in the lead, but he's got a lot of company here out of Michael Brooks. Michael Brooks all over the back of him right now. Looking out of the back of Colin Matiak's machine at Michael Brooks. Should be nice to have those driver tags working, wouldn't it? Apparently not a high priority for Studio 397, but this is where it comes into play, to be honest with you. So Michael Brooks in that 4 car in P2, hounding Colin Matiak, man. He is all over the back of him right now. This is for the race lead. Colin Matiak, P1, down through that DRS zone in the front stretch. Michael Brooks is going to try to beat him down. And Matiak there trying to guard the inside. Michael Brooks muscling his way through. Michael Brooks taking over the race lead here, coming into turn 1. So Michael Brooks to the race lead. Colin Matiak back to second. Matiak there looking like he's having a little trouble handling that thing right now, and tried to maybe get him back, miss the entry into the turn, scrubbed off a little speed, and Michael Brooks now to the race lead. Again, we'll take a look at this this battle right here as Michael Brooks gets by. Coming into turn 1, set him up on that front stretch and took over and almost loses that by going wide in turn 1, but holds on to that spot. So Michael Brooks, our race leader. Take a look at Dennis Vanavan running in P5. Claudio Bardelli Jr. just behind him in the 6th position. Dennis right now 6 seconds off the pace, off P1. Jump back here and look at Will Dunbar here running in the 7th position. Does a lot of work for us there, providing servers, technical expertise, helping get the website running and all things tech. This guy is the man to contact if you're interested in some work there. I'm sure he'd help you out. He's got developed rFactor 2 tools, which is really good for updating standings, JSONs, and so forth for the overlays. And also a points manager as well. So he's done a lot of work in a short amount of time, man. Just loves to do this stuff. So right now running in the 7th position. Christian Wilson right now running in P8. So a little over 50 seconds behind the race leader. Keeping that car pointed in the right direction, that's what it's all about. So Christian Wilson in the 03 car running right now in the 8th position. Michael Brooks is the race leader. Down into turn 1 and expanding that lead. He's got about a second lead over Colin Matiak. And we got a pretty tight battle there for P2, P3, P4. This is 2nd position Colin Matiak, and Lucas Simpsoner after that pass. And Matiak had gotten around Luca, and Matiak has not been able to really drive away from Lucas Simpsoner here. Take a look at Lucas Simpsoner here running in P3. Antti Rossi just behind him in the 4th position. So Luca trying to close in here on Colin Matiak and take over that spot. But, you know, the other thing is Michael Brooks is he's gotten up to about a second lead, but that has diminished now down to 8/10. And here's an opening right here for Lucas Simpsoner. Does not take advantage. So Colin Matiak ran wide. Lucas Simpsoner looked like he was going to peek that car around. He was definitely thinking about it, and that gap closed up there pretty quickly on him. Antti Rossi watching this action. out of the front of his car. Look at that. Out of the front there, Lucas Simpfer on the inside coming into turn one. Simpfer's going to try to take this spot back. Good side-by-side racing right here. Antti Rossi's going to try to follow Lucas Simpfer through. Now he's not set up for this next turn. He's going to back off, so Colin Matiak defending that position. What a fun track, man. I love this track. Look at that. Antti Rossi looking to get around Lucas Simpfer. This is a great battle here. Three-way battle. Colin Matiak in P2, Lucas Simpfer in third, Antti Rossi in the fourth position. Dennis Vandeven's, Dennis Vandeven coming off track there a little bit. Missed a turn and going to end up losing a position to Claudio Bardelli Jr. Let's see what happened to Dennis Vandeven. Just gets a little bit wide right there, and I don't know if he missed a shift or whatever. That car snapped around on him. He stays out of the tire barrier. That's good, but he's going to end up losing a position as Claudio Bardelli Jr. goes by. Look out of front of Bardelli Jr.'s machine. You see Vandeven having trouble there, getting off track, almost into the tire barrier, but Bardelli Jr. gets by. Now taking over the fifth position. Lucas Simpfer getting around Colin Matiak. So Luca had gotten around Matiak earlier and then gave that position right back, and now gets by, takes back over the second position. Matiak back to third. Antti Rossi running in the fourth position. Take a look at Will Dunbar here running in P7. A little bit off the track right there. Missed that turn. Keeps it out of the tire barrier. That's what it's all about. You're going to miss the turn. You got to keep that thing out of the tire barrier. You do not want to get any damage. But Will Dunbar back on track running in the seventh position. Antti Rossi putting a little juke right now on Colin Matiak. Matiak has fallen back a little bit as, tell you what, man, Lucas Simpfer has gone off like a rocket, gotten away from Colin Matiak since making that pass. So here's the pass a little bit earlier. Matiak now back to the fourth position. So this is the pass as Simpfer got position on the inside. I guess that'd be the outside as he got around Colin. And then he took off, man. So he's opened up a pretty good gap there. And Colin Matiak, this a little bit later. And Antti Rossi. Antti Rossi there in that yellow machine, that climate change. Tell the truth. A little bit of a political message there. And gets by and takes over P3. Colin Matiak now back to the fourth position. Michael Brooks here trying to get by. Christian Wilson missing that turn. He probably got a little bit of mirror drive in there as Michael Brooks wanted through. Didn't pressure him too much, but we'll take a look at this again. As you see Michael Brooks in the red machine, he is the race leader, and he's wanting to get around, and Christian Wilson, I think, just misses the turn. He's looking in the rearview mirror, misses that turn, or looking in the camera, the rearview camera, and ends up driving off track here. We'll take a look at Claudio Bardelli Jr., Dennis Vandeven. Bardelli Jr. missing the turn as Vandeven capitalizes and regains that position. Colin Matiak here now running in P3. Hard into the wall right there for Matiak. He spun and got into the wall. Actually running in the fourth position, so he's going to probably have to come in and get some repairs done on that machine. You are required to do one pit stop, so you might as well, you got something that's boogered up, you might as well just go ahead and make your pit stop. Michael Brooks, the leader. Luca Sinfiner running in second. Antti Rossi running in third. Matiak in the fourth position. Dennis Vandeven rounding out the top five. One thing about it, man, is Michael Brooks, when he decides he's going to race in a race, I mean, he really does a lot of practice, man. Really gets that car set up, and he's got some pressure right now from Luca Sinfiner. Where Michael set that pass up, got the race lead. Now Luca Sinfiner climbed back up there on the back tail end of Michael Brooks. So he's holding on to that spot. Michael Brooks, a few bad turns there. Luca closed in, running 1-2. I think Colin Matiak has come down pit lane here. So Matiak misses pit lane. So Matiak missed pit lane, is going to back up here and see if he can't get on here without getting DQ'd. Looks like he does. Look at this, man. Luca Sinfiner putting some pressure on Michael Brooks down the front stretch. He's on the outside coming into this turn. DRS zone right here. Michael Brooks holds on to that position. Luca Sinfiner on the outside, not able to make that pass. But he is putting a lot of pressure on Michael Brooks. Michael Brooks looks like he might have missed that turn a little bit. And that's going to give Luca a little bit of a chance. Luca backs off. Antti Rossi looking at this. So you guys go ahead and get racy. Get out of the front of Antti Rossi's machine. At that battle between Luca Sinfiner and Michael Brooks. So Antti Rossi running in P3. Good drag race here down the front stretch. Luca getting that run on the outside. He just needs to get over on the inside, and I think he might be able to set Michael up for the pass. Well, Luca running in the second position. Michael Brooks, our leader in that red machine. Didn't bother to get the chat set up, did I? Let my hair down for the fun race, and here we are. There's Jim Willis joining us in the chat. Good to see Jim Willis here. Had a tough night last night, but always good to see him out racing with us. So pretty much a three-way battle here right now. Just about a second separate the three drivers. That is Michael Brooks, Luca Sinfiner, Antti Rossi. 1, 2, 3. Colin Matiak coming back out off pit lane, back out on track after making his pit stop, and just sets the fastest lap of the race on fresh tires. Claudio Bardelli Jr. here, closing in on Dennis Vandeven. And Claudio Bardelli Jr. taking over the fourth position. Dennis Vandeven back to fifth. And we'll take a look at Dennis Vandeven here running in P5 in that 02 car. And I have a feeling he's going to bounce back. Actually, he misses the turn, it looks like. I think he ends up missing a turn, gets off track. He's going to end up giving up a position, I believe. Back up here with Michael Brooks. Now, Vandeven might be on pit lane. I'm not sure. He has fallen back. He lost a position. Will Dunbar Take a look at Will Dunbar here in the 02. He's also running the 2 car. These guys didn't do custom paint schemes. Antti Rossi did. So Vandeven might be on pit lane here. And he is. He's making his pit stop, so he's giving up some positions. Just as we were focusing on that, look at this, man, this battle here. Luca keeps trying this outside line, man. He has got to get that car over to the inside. Maybe he's hoping to try to cross over Michael Brooks. Michael guarding that inside. Does not want to give up that position. I think Luca probably a little bit faster than Michael right now. On board here with Luca Simpfner running in P2, and every time he come off that final straight, he goes to the outside line. I say outside line for turn 1. Climbs up beside Michael Brooks, but not able to make that pass. It's really not in the preferred line there for making a pass in turn 1. So we're on board here with P2. That is Luca Simpfner. Here with 29 minutes left to go in the race. It's a pretty action-packed race here so far. Here we go. Here's that DRS zone. He does not set up quite a bit this time to close in on Michael Brooks. Michael guarding that inside line. Luca, there you go. Luca back out to the outside, hoping Michael's going to overshoot this turn a little bit. Gets a little bit better run through the turn, taking a higher entry. And these guys might have come down pit lane here. Antti Rossi going to get by these guys, I believe. Oh, they both missed the turn. Antti Rossi there to pounce. They both missed the turn. Michael Brooks swung it wide, and Antti Rossi gets 2 for 1. How about that, huh? So Antti Rossi, new race leader. Michael Brooks had missed that turn. Take a look at this again. This is Antti Rossi. Just you see those guys swing wide right there on the turn, and Antti Rossi gets by and takes over the race lead. He just been waiting for a mistake. That's all that was going on right there. We're going board here with Luca. As you watch Michael miss this turn, Luca checks up, and then Antti slides by right there. So now new race leader, that's Antti Rossi. Michael Brooks in second, Luca Simpfner in the third position. Claudio Bardelli Jr. has that car up to the 4th spot. We haven't really talked too much about him lately, but running in P4 right now. Good run for him. So it's really a 3-man race, unless some of those guys have some trouble. 3-man race right now. It's Claudio Bardelli Jr. running in the 4th position, about 24 seconds back, almost 25 seconds back to the race leader. Well, Michael Brooks is on a mission. Antti Rossi coming down pit lane. So Antti Rossi there making a pit stop. And he might have had some trouble getting onto pit lane here. See here, those brakes lock up. We'll take a look at what happened to him. Watch this. He is hauling the mail right there, and he misses that that turn into the pits. And he's thinking, what in the hell? Well, who would make a pit lane like that? We saw other drivers do that too, so a little tough entry into pit lane. Luca Simpfner trying to take the lead here as Michael Brooks misses the turn. Michael Brooks came off track here. We'll take a look and see what happened to him. just overshoots right there. We saw him miss that turn earlier, so that tells us those tires are starting to booger up a little bit, and he ends up giving up a position. Kalamadiak now up to P6. He's made his pit stop. Will Dunbar on pit lane, taking some service. Sent for the race leader. Something tells me some of these guys have not practiced pitting if they didn't know that hard left or that hard right-hand turn there at the end of the pit lane. Pit entry, I should say. Trying to get as much speed as they can to enter pit lane, but it's a little deceiving because it looks nice and straight, but it really hard right-hander at the end of pit lane. Luca Simpner, the race leader. That's what I'm talking about right there. That entry into pit lane is a little challenging. Kalamadiak's had some trouble here. I'm not sure what's going on with him, but he has retired his machine. Oh, he comes off track right there, and I think he might have gotten just a little bit frustrated. And we're just looking at the replay. So he retired his machine. Let's see, he came down pit lane here and retired. So he has had enough. Vandeven having a little challenge here. Vandeven gets off track. And, oh, no, my gosh, hard look there for Dennis Vandeven into the tire barrier. Michael Brooks coming down pit lane. So we'll take a look at some guys making pit stops here. Bardelli Jr. making a pit stop. Dennis Vandeven on pit lane. See Dennis Vandeven taking service. Lucas Simpner has made his pit stop, coming back out on track. He and T. Rossi about a second separate the two of those guys. So Simpson just seems to find a way to get that car back up to the front. You know, when he is, faced with the challenge, he doesn't seem to get rattled, man. He just finds a way, makes some adjustments to either his driving style or the setup of the car, and gets this car in a position to win the race. And look at that, Antti Rossi down to the inside here, challenging Luca. Antti Rossi now taking the race lead as Luca now falling back to the second position. Well, Antti Rossi, he's been in the mix the whole time. Now, Dennis Vandeven has retired his machine. Unfortunately, we got 20 minutes left to go, so he had some damage there. I think he probably just didn't want to deal with the damage anymore. Lucas Simpner running in the second position. Michael Brooks in P3. Now he's hoping for a little bit of bad luck out of some of these guys. He is 27 seconds down. He's missed a couple turns there before he came down pit lane, so it's cost him some time. Antti Rossi and Lucas Simpner had the best battle on the track. These guys, and Michael Brooks too, before he had some issues there, was in this mix, and it was a good three-way battle. Now we got a two-way battle here between Antti Rossi and Lucas Simpner. And Lucas Simpner hounding Antti Rossi right now, trying to find a way to get an opening, maybe try to get in Antti's head here and make him make a mistake. Michael Brooks here back out on track, running in the third position in that 4 car. 26 seconds off the race lead. Everybody's made their pit stops. Unless they've got to come in and take some repairs, they've made their final pit stops here. So one mandatory pit stop. Bardelli Jr. running in P4. Just behind him is Will Dunbar, running in the 5th position. Good top 5 run for Will Dunbar. Christian Wilson keeps plugging away here. He's 2 laps down, but running in the 6th position. As Dennis Vandeven has retired his machine. Colin Madiak retired his machine. Christian doing a lot of racing, man. New to HORL, but starting to really show up for a lot of events. So got a good fan base. See his family in the chat sessions often as he comes off track right there. And the race leaders get by, but see his family members in the chat sessions a lot on YouTube and cheering him on. So good to see that he's got some supporters there in his hobby, which is sim racing. Get that off there. Doing some prep work. Being a special event, I dropped the ball on some of this stuff. Fire me. Notify my boss. And to continue to lead here with just over 15 minutes left to go in the race. Talked to him a little bit on Discord today. Always cool to talk to those guys, man. I head over to Sim Racing Mania sometimes and have a chat with those guys. And I'm going to have to get some practice laps in this weekend because there's a big race on Tuesday. I had to miss this last Tuesday's race for some family matters. I did help my dad out and was not able to race at Olton Park, but coming back out to race with him this Tuesday in the BTCC Championship. So a little bit of an unscheduled race miss for me, but we'll get back at it this coming week here on Tuesday. And maybe it'll be broadcast. Who knows? Antti Rossi a little bit loose there, a little squirrely off the turn. As Lucas Simpfner looking for an opening here, keeps Antti Rossi a little honest here. See, that is a good battle, really, with those guys. Look at this. Claudio Bardelli Jr. Gets a little bit wide, comes off track, and keeps it out of the wall. That is the main thing, so he misses that turn. That is a tough turn. Misses that turn, but makes the best of it, really. Keeps it out of the wall. So that is a good battle there for P1, P2. Take a look at Will Dunbar here running in the fifth position in the 02 car. He said, man, I'll get in anything and drive it, man. That's just, he's really kind of, I've known Will for a long time. Way back from the HORL days. I remember Will running with us. He was just a young guy, man, like 15 years old. And then, things begin the way they are, sort of people fall out of contact. We're really, back in those days, people weren't talking too much on, I think we were using Roger Wilco, if I'm not mistaken. But since he's all grown up, served in the military, and got a great job, and, started a family and so forth. And we've gotten him, got in contact with him, gotten him back into sim racing, and he has really made some huge contributions to us at HORL. Just, looking at his love for HORL and Steve Freeze and, the drivers here that he remembers. His uncle races with us as well, Preston Hassel. So it's good to see him out, and he just absolutely loves this racing stuff. And take a look at this, man. We've got a good battle here for the race lead as Antti Rossi on the inside. Lucas still trying that outside line, and he's looking for an opening there with Antti maybe trying to or swinging wide on the turn, and he doesn't. Give Lucas Simpfner an opening. Lucas looking at 11 minutes left to go, and he's ready to get back to the race front. Michael Brooks has definitely closed the gap there, 23 seconds back now, since it was about 27 seconds, but time running out for Michael Brooks, but he's got a good P3 run here going on. But I'm sure he's kicking himself from missing those turns earlier and then having that bad pit entry that cost him a ton of time. See if we can jump around in the car here a little bit. We'll see the headless driver. Auntie! Oh my gosh. I love this game, man. Auntie's lost his head. The headless driver. Auntie Rossi. Let's see if we can jump in it this way. We're getting a little bored here, huh? Hey, there he is. He's got his head back. Get out of the way. There we go. A good look at Auntie Rossi at the wheel. We move around the car. So you can't see out of the back of his car. It's got to use that camera right there, which is stationary in this view. Down the front stretch at DRS zone, and Lucas trying to peek around on the inside. He wants that inside. Now he's going to say, okay, fine, I'll take the outside. So this is a great battle here. 9 minutes left to go, and Lucas got a heck of a run and not able to pull it off. Oh, now Luca might end up setting himself up here if he can hang out on that outside line. Set himself up for the next turn, and not able to do it as Auntie Rossi holds on to that spot. Man, what a heck of a battle there. Luca inched ahead in the front stretch, entering turn one, but is not able to pull off the pass because he doesn't have that preferred line. And on board here with Luca Simpner as he is hounding Auntie Rossi right now. It's P1, P2. This has been a great battle. It was a four-way battle there for a while. Now down to three, down to two. We lost a couple of those drivers, either attrition or. You see Luca looking on that outside. He is just trying to set himself up for a turn here, coming down the DRS zone. He's won that inside line. He's not able to get it right there. Auntie Rossi slamming the door. You're going to have some lap traffic here coming up. You see Luca in that strategy. He's wanting to get to the inside. He realized how important the inside is entering this turn. And it really sets yourself up for the rest of the track. And he is all over the back of Auntie Rossi right now. 7.5 minutes left to go. A great battle. This is for the race lead, by the way. Auntie Rossi, the race leader. Luca Simpner running in second. Luca is our pole setter. Colin Madiak was up there for a while. He has DNF'd. He had some trouble. He had a very fast car. Just had some trouble there, and it just compounded. One thing led to another. Luca got a little bit wide there on that exit of that turn. Scrubbed off a little speed. Coming out of that DRS zone. Down the front stretch. 6.5 minutes left to go. Take a look at Michael Brooks here. Just keeps plugging away. 20 seconds now. Separate he and the race leaders. If they have any trouble at all, he's back in the mix. Keeps plugging away here. Christian Wilson having some trouble. Gets that car sideways and trying to straighten it back up. And, coming down the hill there, and he got on the gas, and now spins that car around. Take a look at Claudio Bardelli Jr. here running in P4. He's on the lead lap, about 60 seconds off the race lead. Running in the fourth position, kind of out there by himself. He's had a pretty quiet race there. He's gotten off track a couple times, but this guy just flat out drives anything too. I say that about a lot of drivers, but Claudio comes out and races all kinds of things for us. He races in the GT3 series, does all the stock car racing with us, and then he's won quite a few stock car races here as of late. I'd say last 6 races that he's competed in, he's won 3 of them. And also IndyCar series as well. Actually, I think he won an IndyCar race, and then he's won 2 stock car races. So definitely racking up some wins here. And, you know, coming out and running with us here in these DTM cars. Look at this again, side by side. Lucas Simpner up beside Antti Rossi. Not able to pull off the pass there. And Antti's a smart driver, man. He realizes what Luke is trying to do, and he's going to take that away from him. But keep in mind, we've got some lap traffic coming up here, and these guys are, I'm sure, going to get the blue flag, but this could change the complexion of this race. Here with 4.5 minutes left to go. See Christian Wilson just ahead. As Will Dunbar gets by now, Antti Rossi getting through. See Will Dunbar just ahead there in the 5th position. Looking out of the back of his machine at our race leaders. He's not going to fight these guys too hard, but he definitely sees that they are battling for the race win. See, letting those leaders go. Fight it out. A little bit squirrely there through the turn for Will Dunbar. That's just smart driving right there. Courteous, smart driving. And again, back here to live, as we have 3.5 minutes left to go, and you got to think that that blue car there, that second place car of Lucas Simpner, is going to make a run here. He is going to try to find some spot to be able to pull off this pass. 0.2 of a second separating the two. I think that's less than that. I think that's a very conservative. There's Luca there looking on the outside. He's trying to coax Antti Rossi to block him on the outside, I think, and try to get that inside line. He wants that inside line, definitely entering turn 1. 3 minutes left to go. Luca backing up that turn a little bit, hoping to get a run. And this has been a great battle to watch. I mean, very clean race between the two of these guys. We had Michael Brooks up there for a while, Colin Matiak there for a while. A good 4-way battle. Those guys have retired their machines. They've had some trouble. Keeps plugging away here. Antti Rossi trying to hold on here with just over 2 minutes left to go. We're going to get another lap in, maybe 2 laps in, depending on. Probably going to get another lap in here, I believe. Definitely going to get another lap. We might have 2. I think it's going to be 1 here. We'll see. This is a timed race. Look at that, down the front stretch again. Luca going to crowd him into the turn here a little bit. Luca's got a heck of a run here. He might end up pulling off this pass. Antti Rossi to the inside. He wants that preferred line. And squeeze it a little bit, and Lucas Simpner takes the lead. Lucas Simpner set him up and took the lead. He had a heck of a run there and gets by Antti Rossi on the last lap. Is it question mark last lap? Might have one more here. Antti Rossi might have some more chances to getting back. So Lucas Simpner took the race lead. What a heck of a pass that was. Take a look at that pass there into down the DRS zone into turn 1, and he does a great job. Gets inches ahead just a bit, and Antti Rossi wanted that inside and not able to defend as Luca takes the lead. Now Luca opening up a little bit of a gap, about half a second lap on Antti Rossi. We might actually have another lap in us here, so we got some lap traffic ahead. Definitely going to have another lap here. Just over 30 seconds left to go. This is the last lap as Antti Rossi's got one more lap to try to make it happen here. He's got to run. He does close in. He misses that turn just a little bit. Definitely drying. We've got some lap traffic in the way too. It's like Bardelli Jr. right there. This is going to slow Luca up a little bit. Bardelli Jr. gets out of the way, lets these guys race it out. Luca Simpner had been for probably 15 laps running behind Antti Rossi. Rossi running in P2, Luca Simpner in the lead. Hard right-hander here. And, excuse me, left-hander now back to the right. Oh, it's reversed. As Luca Simpner looks like he's going to end up holding on here unless he misses a turn or not. He is about half a second up on Antti Rossi. Antti Rossi doing everything he can, but now at time running out. Luca Simpner is going to come away with the race victory here at Dijon-Prenois. Antti Rossi finishes in the second position. Claudio Bardelli Jr. finishes in third. What a heck of a run there for Luca Simpner. He had to work for that. So congratulations to Luca Simpner on getting that race win. So congratulations, Luca Simpner. What a great run there for him. So pretty fantastic run there. So congratulations to Luca Simpner on getting the race win. Good little run for him. Good little race there, man. Too bad we didn't have more drivers come out. We'll take a look at the session results, I believe. It's not showing us the session results there for a little bit of a bummer, but congratulations to Luca Simpner on getting the race win here at Dijon-Prenois.
A lot of soul.
Well, don't forget, next week we got the Lime Rock Park headed your way in the High Octane Racing League GT3 Series. They took the week off this week because there was a endurance race. A lot of the guys that compete in the GT3 Series were competing in an endurance race, so we accommodated that. Lime Rock Park coming up next week. 50-minute race there in the High Octane Racing League GT3 Series. Should be a great, great battle. And I think Lime Rock is a perfect track for these cars. So that'll be back in action. It'll be live right here on TurnLeft TV next week. The High Octane Racing League Bushwhacker Series will be back in action next week, July the 16th, at race number 5 in that season at Bristol Motor Speedway. Love that track, man. 150 laps there. Should be a great win. Last race last night was absolutely fantastic. A little bit later, we're going to be racing in the Saturday Night Thunder at Atlanta Motor Speedway. If you're interested in coming out and doing some racing with us, it's race number 2 of the season. The stock cars, the cup cars. Atlanta's a fun track, 110 laps, open setups. We do a lot of sharing of setups. That's coming up at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here at HORL. Well, that's going to do it for the special event. I want to say thanks so much for coming in and joining me here on TurnLeft TV in the special event. Congratulations to Lucas Simpner on his race victory. We're going to get out of here. We'll see you, boys and girls. I'm out of here.